Hi kids, Heidi here. How the heck are ya? Been a while. I've just been, working away and listing like crazy and not selling a darn thing. This January 2024, probably the worst sales month I've had in a couple of years. But I persevere, I persist, I keep going, and so should you, if you're having any fun anyway. So welcome to a new feature. Not a new future. That would be great. No. Welcome to a new feature. I'm calling it Tuesday Tips, or Tips on Tuesday, or, well, look at the thumbnail and you'll see what I decided to call it. And today I'm going to do tips, my best tips for clothing resellers. And other topics will be similarly related to things I know a little bit about. For example, tips for Poshmark sellers getting started on eBay, tips for improving productivity in your business. I worked a long time out in the world at real jobs and studied processes and systems, and I didn't study efficiency so much as I admired it. So I've picked up a few tips along the way. Tips for tools and supplies. See my tool and supply cart. Might be good stuff in there you need to know. Tips for finding your own Bolo brands and categories using eBay sold data. I talked a little bit about that, but I want to go in depth. So today's tips is my best tips for clothing resellers. I sell on eBay and Poshmark, but the kind of tips I have would apply to anything. Even Mercari or other places you might choose to sell. But because they're my tips, that means they're my opinions. They're not proven. I've not had a government-funded research study or anything like that to prove that I'm correct. I just have some ideas. So let's get started. First thing is hangers. Let me show you my hangers. These are my hangers. When I first started, I just, took a bunch of hangers out of a bunch of closets that didn't have anything hanging on them, and I used those. And then I thought, well, that's not pretty to take a picture. I do most of my photos on a hanger on the wall, on a hook. And I thought it's just not pretty, so I had some really nice wooden hangers. I have some that are dark and some that are light. And I thought, well, I'll put each item on that wooden hanger. I didn't have enough to set up like a whole day's worth of shooting, so I kept having to take the item off and put it on the pretty hanger. And you may have a pretty hanger. It might be plush pink velvet. It might be clear acrylic that you bought at the Container Store. And you're putting each item on it. And I decided I didn't like putting things on hangers and taking them off. If they needed to be hung, I wanted to do that one time. And so I found a hanger that is neutral, because I don't want the hanger to be the star of the show. I don't want it to look ugly, like, a big giant red plastic tubular one. That attracts too much attention, not in a good way. And I just wanted it to sort of disappear into the background. So I found these. I also wanted it to be non-slip, but not sticky. I had some black velvet ones that if you tried to slip something off intentionally, that sucker would not come off. So I wanted it to not fall off, but allow me to remove it when I wanted to. And lastly, because I have a hanging rack, that's where I put all my items to process. I wanted to be able to have this hook go whichever way I wanted it to. Say I put a hang item on and the label is right here, and then suddenly I discover, oh, it's pointing the wrong. That's just too much of me. These will do this. They don't swivel as quick and easy as a store swivel hanger, but they turn without coming out. So I love these, and I got mine at Walmart. They're called Better Homes and Gardens, but I found them on Amazon. Same darn thing. You can get 50 of them for less than $25. So would having a whole bunch of the same hanger that looks attractive improve your processing? You hang up everything, and then it goes right on the wall. You don't have to switch it out to a pretty hanger. What do you think of that idea? My next idea is weighing your packages. I have prepared I have my scale right at my desk. And but wherever you weigh, whenever you weigh your packages, I have, this is a medium-sized eBay bag, so it's like a 10 by 12. And inside it is one of my plastic storage bags. And on the outside, I put a label. So this plus the item is the total shipping weight. That way, when I weigh, I don't have to do any mental calculations. I lay this on my scale, I put my item on top of it, and that's my shipping weight. I also have a small one and a big one, but there's really only like 1/10 of an ounce difference in the different sizes. So I generally just do this for my weighing. And then, of course, you have to round up. If it says 9.6, enter 10 ounces. If it says 15.4, enter 1 pound. And then that shoots you over. I know. But some people list from photographs. So they take all their photographs first. And my tip for you then is put your scale on a stool or a little table or something next to your photography area. And then you can just quick fold up the item and plop it on the scale and take a picture of the weight. So then when you go to do your eBay listing, you know the weight. It's right in there in your photos, and you can delete that photo. Don't upload it to the listing, if you know what I mean. I write my listings first and then take photos and add them. And so I have my scale right here on my desk, and I have measurements. The tape measure is right here along the front edge. So I enter those right into the draft when I'm preparing the listing rather than needing a photo of it. But that's my idea, that you should know exactly what it's going to weigh with all the packaging and record that weight while you're doing your listing. Another tip I have is we all love to look up the RN number of something because we don't know what brand it is. And this is an iPhone, but your Android phone probably allows the same thing. You can add a bookmark to a website. And so I have got a link right here. It's only labeled T. Let me see if you can. No, you can't see it. But it just says T, and underneath it says Textile RN, so that I can go right to the FTC website when I need to search an RN. That way you don't have to open a browser and go to the website. You just tap that. And it's a very quick way to find RNs. Okay, my next 3 tips are about what we call flawed items. Inventory that has something wrong with it. And you either knew about it when you bought it or you discovered it when you got home. So I have decided that I've been doing it now for quite a few months to save time, because we all have limited time when we're thrifting. I'm going to inspect an item before I do research on a new brand for 2 reasons. If it's a fabulous brand, you've never heard of it before, but you look it up and it's fabulous, you instantly become blind to any flaws. Those are called wearing thrift goggles. Similar to beer goggles, and if you don't know what that means, go look it up. There's a country song about it. If you do find problems and you're going to leave it behind, snap a photo of the label of that great brand so you don't forget about it in the future. But don't be tempted to take it just because it's fabulous. So when you find a new label and you want to look it up because you think it's fabulous, first inspect the item just to keep your expectations down, okay? Don't slip on the thrifting goggles. And sometimes you might want to buy the item even if it is flawed because you find out it's fabulous. That's okay, but find it out that it's flawed first so your judgment isn't clouded. And don't ever pick up things that you or the buyer can't fix. Washwear can't be fixed. Fading cannot be fixed. Holes right here can't be fixed. Okay? It's just Heidi's tips, Heidi's opinion. When you're in the store and you're ready to inspect, I think it's a good idea to go either to a window if it's available, because direct sunlight coming from the window onto your item as you hold it up is going to reveal more than fluorescent light that you hold at a weird angle. The best thing is if they sell furniture and you can find a table, or because they're not upholstered, who knows where it's been, right? But a table that you can lay the item on, then you've got direct light from overhead shining down on it. And those 2 ways will reveal more flaws. And I think that you should develop your own system of methodically inspecting. If it was your job to find the flaws in an item, you would have a method. You would say you're holding it in your hanger. You would cast your eyes over the whole thing for surface flaws. You would check the fasteners, whether that's buttons or zippers. You would look for wear. Is it faded? Is it pilly? and I love pilly sweaters. That's a different thing than a pilly cotton t-shirt, okay? Check the inside for stains around the neck and the armpit and the underleg. Make sure that you're looking at specific spots where flaws tend to appear. And I guarantee you that if you're just holding it up and going, looks good, you're missing something. I think that try to get in your mind, if somebody donated this because there was something wrong with it, and your job is to find that thing wrong. And if you really seriously can't, then they bought it because they were tired of it. They think it went out of style. It doesn't fit anymore, okay? But look for the flaw. If you do buy something intending to repair it, first ask yourself, how many items do I have in my repair it pile? Do I have a repair it box? Do I have a repair it bin? Do I have a repair it storage unit? Put that thing back. Leave it rather than adding more to the pile, which you all know is pressing down on you like gravity on a really big planet. Like, where's gravity really big? Anyway, or ask yourself how many days it's been since you did a repair, or how many weeks it's been since you took things off the repair pile. So don't add to your project pile unless you enjoy projects. Tip number 7 is prevent death piles. People call them money piles. That's just putting lipstick on a pig. Excess backstock or more unlisted inventory than you really need is what we mean by a death pile. You should know how many you list a week and how many weeks in the future you want inventory and how you feel comfortable with that. If you list, 50 a week and you like to have 8 weeks, okay. That's how many items you can have, 400. That's a crap load of inventory. But if we all had the pandemic trauma of no thrift stores open. For my area, it was almost 5 months. In some places it was 6 weeks, but it was a long time. And we ran out of stuff. And we want to prevent that. But you should know how many items you have in your backstock, and you should know how many items you need in your backstock, and either get rid of the excess or list it. Shopping is one of the most fun parts of the job, but it is part of the job. It's not a treat. It's not a reward. It's not medication or relief from boredom. And if you can figure out a way to go shop and not add to your backstock, I'm all in favor of that. But I have made many friends and acquaintances who are suffering because they've got too much inventory and it weighs on their mind or on the attic ceiling. Tip number 8, create an inventory storage system from the first day or now. But here's what it should do. It should protect your products from dust, lint, pet hair, insects, moisture, wrinkles. Keep the product in ready-to-ship condition. So a system that does that. A system that allows you to easily store and retrieve your items. If you can possibly avoid stacking totes or having them behind one another, that would be ideal. Because stacking, first of all, it's going to make you reluctant to put your inventory away because it's more work. And it's going to make it way more work to do your shipping. Choose a system that allows you to see where you have space available in your storage. Choose a system that allows you to easily identify each item. For sure, you know what you're picking. You might have a unique SKU number like I do, or pack it so that the labels and the sizes are visible, so you know that this Lululemon black leggings are not those Lululemon black leggings. You want to be able to ship the right item. Another tip I have is when you're taking pictures, use a phone lanyard. I like this one from, I think, Gear Beast, because it's stretchy. It'll fit most phones. If you have one of those giant phones, before you order, make sure you know it's even got a little pocket in case you want to wear it to Disneyland. No, it's got a stretchy cord. So when I'm taking pictures and I need to, adjust something or move something, I can just drop the phone, and then I don't have to look for where did I set it down. I was always setting down my phone over there or here, and then when I'm taking pictures, it's around my neck and it's stretchy so that I can get in at any angle I need to and then just let go. Very handy. The last tip is keep duplicates of your favorite tools so you're not wasting time chasing down a lint roller or a thread snips. I keep both of those items where I take pictures, and I keep them here at my desk where I process my inventory as it comes in. And it's just so much easier to have a couple of those items you use all the time than looking for them. And those are my tips for clothing resellers. I'm sure you're doing all of those, or you've got a better idea, but maybe you heard just one thing that would improve your life. And I had fun. Now you know when it's Tuesday, when you see more tips from Heidi. I had a great time. Please like and subscribe, or tell all your friends, or share it, or, or just say, bye, Heidi. See you later. Bye, kids.